welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta as the initiative. We're playing in 1.0.28. This run was started on the release candidate number 6. So let's confirm assignments, let some time pass. Working through pretty much the last of the text, to be fair. The rest of the projects. While waiting for our ships to basically travel across the solar system. We need a little more noble to get a second fleet going, which will allow us to go a little bit faster, I think. Well, the next fleet will also be a faster fleet, so... Morocco... could probably actually use a little more cohesion, so investing in community outrage.
Violence is abating.
Things are cooling off.
Things are stabilizing.
Violence is abating.
Mission complete.
Unification with Tunisia. And then it'll probably go back to... well, it didn't cause too much unrest. That probably... well, lowered the resting point. Invasive species containment. More xenophoning damage. Alien attempts to plant it is harder. Cool. Singleton virus is done. Pop that over to the invasive species containment.
What's the op? Restoring order.
Okay. The rest point's negative 2.2. Yeah. We need to be working on the cohesion in the United States, which is improving inequality. Well, also public campaigning there would help. You know, that's more important than stabilizing the caliphate.
We must persuade the people.
Offering support.
There we go. Take me to Ceres. So I want... So for founding a hab, it takes 30 days. For founding a colony, it's going to take 473. So I think it's faster for us to found an outpost and upgrade it to Tier 3 than to have it ship in from Earth. Maybe not by much, but I think it's faster. We're going to do a heavy fusion pile. We're going to do an outpost mine, point defensive array, and a construction module. As our starting for. As soon as the outpost core is done, we're going to begin upgrading it. When it's upgraded, we're going to promptly proceed to upgrade it again. Probably trying to build the nanofactoring complex, nanofab, so that can help other things being built. That may even get the bonus from the construction module. It depends how quickly we get that built. Right, so we're trying to get the bonuses to speed up the construction here so we can tier up a little faster is the plan. But yeah, we're just going to do the one here at Ceres. Maybe once we get to Tier 3 and we get the aliens cleared, we'll grab this one up here. 100 water is pretty nice. 39 volatiles is pretty nice. Same with this one. That's enough water, enough volatiles. It's got some nobles as well. 30 plus volatiles and waters is decent. Back to passing time while we wait for ships to fly, materials to stockpile so we can build more ships. I don't currently feel limited by mission control. And in a way, we're really not, because we just dominate more of the Mercury orbit building mission control if we need more mission control.
Order is returning.
Things are stabilizing.
Order is returning.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Things are cooling off.
And we're not, well, we're rich, but we're not rich enough that we can be fixing America quickly with direct investment, sadly. Another alien has been located in Helsinki. It may not be particularly happy that we've figured out what the singleton virus is at this point.
Acknowledged.
Oh, 5% base? 53% chance of success. And that's without any investigation. We're not just gonna
We'll see
go
what they're
in
up to.
blind. We're gonna investigate a little bit before we start shooting, but yeah, I don't think that alien's along for this world. Great, India is complete. We're gonna follow it up with Pan-Asian Combine, Europe, or House of Islam? Those are all good questions. We're gonna do all of them eventually. Actually surprised, well, somewhat surprised that the Greater United North America is as cheap as it is. Although the United States is nowhere near ready to integrate anything. Yep, we'll do the Inspire. Oh, we haven't done Inspired anyone in a long time. Granted, I haven't checked. We probably should go around to the turn of the quick
Mission in
Inspire
progress.
pass.
I will report when my mission is complete.
I will help them.
Prepping for mission.
Prepping for mission.
Oops, got another megaphone under control that I should inform that it should find its way out of our territory.
Surveillance complete.
Things are cooling off.
Violence is abating.
The people will come to our side.
Order is returning.
Is that a new alien or a different alien? Hard to tell. Okay, core is built. So we upgrade the core. The point defensive array is fine as is. It doesn't work until the fusion is done, of course. The heavy fusion takes a little bit longer to build than the default fusion. It does provide more power, though. A lot more power. Yeah, we know we're gonna do those 4 eventually, so we might as well start working on them. Colorado finishes on 3rd of April. Nice. We do want the democracy there. Oh, that is a public opinion boost. Knowing as it is to lose the cohesion, although that's not doing anything that changes the rest point. So that's probably worth doing. Oh, I should be probably responding to that, so done. Hold on, I'm a little bit more on team. Get the alien. Republic South Cross proposes an alliance. Sure. I can always tell them no if they start a war. So you're
Ready.
following that guy. He's got pretty good security, but
At your service.
we have a virus specifically tasked with his death, so
I have them in my sights. Ready for orders.
might not be enough for their survival. Okay, we got you stabilized enough-ish. Let's give...
Acknowledge.
You have the protect mission. So protect the assassin, please.
Defending the VIP.
Defend that VIP. Yes, please.
Reporting in.
You can pick up some sites. I'm going to confirm assignments and let time pass.
I'll keep them safe.
Please do.
Offering counsel.
Don't ever make the mistake of thinking a problem is solved. Defeating any enemy is like plucking your eyebrows. For every hair you remove, 12 more will show up to the funeral. Commander Fiona Ayawade emailed to SIS regarding the withdrawal of US troops from Iraq.
Yeah, this basically describes how we're dealing with the alien fleets. We blew one alien fleet up, like, oh, this is the last alien fleet above 4K. How many alien fleets are above 4K? Like, I think 5. The aliens bounce back from that, obviously. Accelerado, the initiative is complete. So now we're in repeatable text there. All human nations immediately receive 30 days investment points. This is pretty nice. Upon completion, endgame texts trigger a reroll to unlocking missed products for all factions. So we missed, or I suspect, because we haven't hit the last antimatter power plant tech yet, I think we missed it. So this will give us a reroll on that. So we're going to do this first. Yeah, this is maybe not the strongest one. We're probably more interested in space, the mining one, because we're already over the mining limit. Alright, so this would reduce our mission control from mines, but oh, this is probably up there in the top, like, 4 that we're going to be doing anyway, so we'll start this one. Maybe a little bit of conflict between running that and proton-proton fusion at the same time, but that's what it is. There's Global Empire. That's a big chunk of management points. We're going to set that as a favorite, and we're actually going to swap to that over Greater United. We'll go back to Greater United, but Global Empire is going to take the priority, because we want that government. 10% government is going to be nice. That'll help fix America quicker. 10% quicker. Well, actually, that's on the margin. That's... How much government do we already have? 57%, so it'll be like 5% quicker. Super gliders, yeah, we're going to want to do that as well.
I have new information.
Problem solved.
Problem solved.
Permanently.
Very permanently. Although there's probably an alien base somewhere on Earth, so
Violence
they're
is
probably
abating.
replaceable.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Induced inflection points. That's our last tick of overinvest. Decolonized a region. Which region? Oh, okay. So we have hostile claims on Turkey because we had to take them from the aliens. Complete construction of the new mining complex at Ceres. That does need to be upgraded. Oh, of course we can't upgrade until the settlement core is done, so until the settlement core is complete. That's the lithium spray radiator. We're gonna follow that up with the super collider. Base of species containment. What do I want to follow this up with? We've done most of the important ones, so this is probably back to the Greater United North America. Okay, so now that we're done assassinating that alien, we want our points back in Sudan.
Ready for my mission. Removing our enemies.
Ready for orders.
Oh, and we're unification time in Caliphate, so let's do that.
On my way to the capital.
Algeria to Caliphate. Spend a little bit more in North Africa.
Offering assistance.
Okay, that's the core done. Immediately gonna queue up the upgrade to the core. We're gonna queue up the upgrade to the mine. I'm gonna queue up the upgrade to the point defense array. We don't have enough power as is, but we're just gonna slap in a heavy fusion reactor array. Meant to build a new one. Oh well, it's getting upgraded. That wasn't what I wanted, but that'll work. It means we're not gonna have a reactor array up when the construction sector is done, probably. Do a heavy fusion pile then, that'll fix that. Well, it might not fix that, but we'll try fixing it that way. And then a nano factory. And we're 249 power positive, so that should be enough power.
Things are cooling off.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Policy direction complete.
Okay. Unification, Algeria.
We're in control here.
Okay, taking one of our points back in Sudan.
We've removed
And the
some
other one.
threats.
Wildfires, we can help, so we shall. Okay, let's see if we can get some more boost in Singapore. By direct investment, and we can. It's that time of the year. If we go to Habs, not Luna, but Earth. And we got them sorted by boost. How much boost do I have? I've got 27. So I can handle 2 upgrades. Probably can't handle a fresh build. But we'll do 2 upgrades then. Although that appears to be the case. It's just the 2 upgrades. That'll be the last of them anyway. We're doing upgrade you. Do we have enough power? No. Upgrade you. I'm not going to bother the shipyard or the lab. Let me need more power. Which is, in Earth, is going to be solar. That should be enough. Then you. So upgrading that one. Upgrade. I'm not going to assume that's enough power because it doesn't look like it's enough power. Solar farm. And it probably does make sense to grab the mission control, the command center while we're thinking about it. And a couple more solar farms. And then that provides enough power that I can go ahead and operate a couple more media centers for some more influence. Okay. And yeah, from here on out, more boost can be going to actually making money. Yeah, more boost, more money, or more influence can go into more stuff to make money. Okay. We're going to confirm assignments, let some time pass. We're almost at the point... I need to decide what our guys are doing first. We're almost at the point where we can get the next fleet under construction. We're going to want some stabilize.
Restoring order.
Oh, we're actually unification time for
Ready
Morocco.
for my mission. Heading to the capital.
At your service.
You're not getting better. We've only got one person stabilizing you. Oh, and I am probably at the point where we can move from a diversity standpoint where we're ideal. GDPC is not high enough, which is why we've got a little bit of instability. But we can move one of the Chinese states in. Yeah, let's move one of the Chinese states in.
Heading to the capital.
Ready for my mission.
Let's investigate. Command. And then we confirm science, let some time pass.
Offering counsel.
Things are stabilizing.
Yes, I don't know quite what the rounding is on the 1.3, what comes after the 3 there. So we'll go up
Things
to
are cooling off.
14k. So we make sure we can build 10 of them in one
Public
go.
opinion is moving in our direction.
Policy direction complete.
Oh, and the rest state for the cohesion is now above 0 for the United States. So that's a good start. Republic of China. Oh, don't you do unify. Back over to China and figure out what we're going to transfer next. What's that region called? Danang. Yeah, let's do the Danang. transfer. There it is. Battery farms, national investment points into environment. Sure. Be useful for trying
Mission
to deal
complete.
with environment change. Morocco, invocation, take
We'll
me
be
there.
ready for new orders soon.
Debris duty, use the lasers.
Standing by.
Okay. So we need to stabilize there. Oh, we already got some. Well,
We'll
suppose
turn
we can
down
finish
the
stabilizing there quicker if we put 2 there.
Where
We
to?
need to stabilize you.
We'll restore peace to this nation.
I suppose as we're... Oh no, we're not improving government here. I'm surprised. Although I haven't been keeping up the public campaigning, I suppose. So we need to go back through and public campaign in China again. Okay. Augment you, more investigation. You're captain everything but science. You're captain everything but science. Although I suppose I could be giving him stuff that he's already got stuff into so we can take stuff off, but I'm not going to worry too much about that.
Offering support.
Rising talent, cool.
Violence is abating.
Things are stabilizing.
Violence is abating.
Order is returning.
Okay. Next cycle we can add Sudan
We'll
in.
move the needle.
And then we gave Caliphate a break to focus mostly on stabilizing, I suppose, for a moment. And we're at the point where we can start expanding the EU. Romania can be integrated there. There's Greater United North America. Election points. Okay, the core is done. Oh, and that's the... You already finished the tier 3 core. Okay. Straight core upgrades apparently is pretty quick. Construction modules under construction. Yeah, I think we'll just let things build as they're building. I think that might be tempting to do... Yeah, let's just do the battle station upgrade. And you should have enough power to power that, so that's fine. Okay. Hard to tell if that's actually the alien or the servants. Wondering about, but...
Ready for orders. On my way to the capital.
What's the op? On my way to the
Okay, get
capital.
those unifications done. Firm assignments, time pass.
lending my expertise.
Here's our inflection points completed. Yeah, we'll work on that one next.
Things are cooling off.
Things are stabilizing.
The people will come to our site.
Okay, I think we've done enough public campaign in the United States for the moment. I don't think that crackdown is actually going to stop me
Mission
from
complete.
unification. Armenia, complete.
Mission complete.
Unification, Sudan, yeah. Didn't stop me.
Wrapping up here.
More rising talent, that's nice. $115 days out. Tessa. So there's the Ceres mine being upgraded. We are going to need to take that up to tier 3. There's no real good reason to delay just doing it, so we'll start that process. I'm not quite sure where the UI is lagging a little bit, but it is. Okay, we need a little bit more power. We're going to be upgrading the heavy fusion pile at some point, but we'll wait a little bit. We'll just build a tier 3 one straight, like so. And I suppose I can get the, instead of upgrading, we'll just build the nanofactory straight as well. Yeah, there we get enough power for that to work. Okay. So yeah, as these things come online, they should speed stuff up, hopefully, allow us to build the other stuff quicker, and then we'll start overwriting them as the later ones come online. So 17th of August. 24th of January. So, 24th of January, for example, we can overwrite the construction module because the nanofab will do that. And then the 12th of July, we've got the manufacturing complex, which is everything the nanofactory does, but better. So we can overwrite the nanofactory, so on and so forth. Science. Yay. I think we need to do just a round of public campaigning.
We'll make our appeal.
Oh, and you probably want stabilizing
here.
there, yeah.
Restoring order.
Oh, I suppose we've actually got the cohesion point high enough here. We don't actually care so much about needing to public campaign in the EU.
I'm here.
It's more of a elsewhere problem. Like an India problem.
Making our case.
Ready for orders. We'll turn down the heat.
Yeah, the more of the world you control, the more problems you have. Trying to keep control of the world. But about halfway through climate change. Climate change is going to help a little bit with keeping the world happy, because then we can start slowing the rate that the GDP is decreasing. Would be the magic trick of fixing global climate change.
I will help them.
Things are cooling off.
Violence is abating.
Violence is abating.
Violence is abating.
Okay. So that's the Republic of China calm down for the
People will come
moment.
to our side.
Global Empire is done. Notably, that's 10% more investment into government. Oh, we should do battery farms. Environment policy will be nice. And it's 10k, it'll be real quick. Yeah, so we got Democratic China, and we got the other China. The other China is mostly focusing on trying to improve the environment and the economy and the welfare. And then every once in a while it just hands territory over to the Republic of China, which has solved the democracy problem. But democracy has, with this level of inequality, has a little bit of problems trying to eat something the size of America, or China anyway, so it's a slow transition to democracy. Okay, so let's buff the public opinion there.
The people.
Probably going to buff the public opinion there as well.
Where to?
Although I can only do that in so many places at once. And we're improving the economy there. So if we basically keep our long-term goal, keep things at 5 here, and then get this to 50,000. So it's good to see that's going up. It's good to see that's stable. In fact, in theory, that should be rising. Good. As we improve government, that should help stabilize it around 5 anyway. Gonna get up to 6. Is gonna get us those 2 in. So we might actually be at the point where we do the next one. Not quite. Actually, you know what? We'll take the survivor, the affluent. A little bit of security is not going to hurt. There we go. Firm assignments, let time pass. Hunk of megafauna under our control. Go to North Korea.
Lending my expertise.
To be fair, I think China has claims on North Korea, right? Regions, yeah. Okay, so that's our construction module. That's not I don't know if it retroactively applies for constructions already under construction. In theory, that's providing us a construction bonus, construction speed bonus to building things. And now that it's done. What else do I want to build here that I'm thinking about it? This is a place with the nobles, so it might be worth building an admin complex. Maybe not. Definitely want an agriculture complex, so let's queue up an agriculture complex. And a... What's the heavy fusion? Do not have the heavy fusion. I think I have the heavy fusion, right? We have the array at least. Yeah, there's the reactor. Okay. Plot one of you in. Command center. We'll do another heavy fusion. There we go. So in theory, those four should be getting all working faster because of the instruction module. And we'll hold off until the 8th of January. And I think that is because I think that is sooner than when I said it earlier. You could rewind and check. I might rewind after the video gets posted, if I remember. Peace dividend. Make money, not war. This is Bhutan. So Bhutan, we'll take the last one. Not quite sure what caused a major authoritarian backslide here in India, but we had one.
Order is returning.
Things are cooling off.
We've completed the battery farm project. Okay. Wait. I thought I had that already. What was I just building? Oh, I was building the tier 2 one. So yeah, we definitely want that complete, because I apparently have buildings to upgrade to tier 3 that need to be upgraded through that. I'll be done the 15th of November this year.
Things are stabilizing.
The people will come to our side.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Let's do direct investment of influence or revenue. I don't necessarily need to do this in India. I'm just doing it in India because I can. It can be in any nation I fully control. Alien Megafauna under initiative control. Oh, and that reminds me, I need to get the new fleet under construction. Oh, that's fine, just staying where it is. Book burning. That's not good. Oh, this is Bhutan. Weirdly, I might actually prefer the democracy score going down. I'm not that bad. Okay, we're gonna mitigate the damage to the libraries just by replacing the books. Okay. Fleet-wise, we want to do ship construction. The antimatter 9s. Mercury orbit. 1, 3. It's actually 10 docks, so it's 1 per dock. There we go. And then at Mars, we want to build a Tang Block 2. This technically doesn't need to be built at Mars, but we're going to build at Mars because it's going to build fast enough at Mars. 16 days. Wait. Why does it build? Oh, Shipyard versus Spaceworks. 16 days of Spaceworks. Oh, and apparently I never... Wait, your Spaceworks? I'm not sure why that Spaceworks looks different. Oh, because it's a ground-based one. Does it randomly have one ground-based one? Okay. Maybe not the safest place to be operating an antimatter drive at, but... Got enough power, we can launch from there.
Offering counsel.
Okay. One thing I should do at some point is build the manufacturing complexes for the economy bonus for Earth interface. This is a place where you can do that. I would need 6 manufacturing complexes to really make that good. And I could probably do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we need enough power to make it work. Solar farm, solar farm, solar farm, solar farm, solar farm. And in theory, that's enough power to make that work. Okay. Yep, and that'll max out the economy bonus from interface orbit, which will help with improving the economy in various places.
Violence is abating.
Violence is abating.
Violence is abating.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Okay. So what's your arrival time? 47 days. Need to give them a little bit more of a head start than the India 427. There's India 428. Oh, it's India 427. We'll get there first. Which maybe isn't a concern. Depends on if the aliens are responding to the arrival. Although I would have expected them with the intercept arrival. They really felt strong enough. Yeah, we need to get like 5.9, I think, for the unification. Yeah. Growing up. Democracy is going up in the United States. We're into flawed democracy, which I think is still considered an ocracy for the cohesion effects, yeah. Although we're getting close to where that's no longer considered the case. Okay, I don't think I need both
Ready
people
to go.
stabilizing. I think I probably benefit
Making
more
our
from one public
case.
campaigning. Confirm and let time pass.
Offering assistance.
Here's Greater Pan-Asia. We can follow it up with Greater Europa.
Things are cooling off.
Things are stabilizing.
We've moved the needle.
We've moved the needle.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Breakthrough. So it's going to be the same amount of science either way. Don't really need military, so it's economy, knowledge, or public opinion boost in Hungary. I think we're gonna go for the public opinion boost around the world. Finished our heavy fusion. And yeah, at this point we're not gonna bother with those fissions, so we can hide those. And those ones as well. At some point I will research those just because we've got them. In fact, going off of that logic, it's probably time to start researching those. So let's start that process. Okay, new battle station completed. There. Obviously, there's no upgrade to the battle station. The battle station is done. Waiting on January 8th for the construction speed buff. Destructive testing. Go for the extra science. There's the tactical drones. Significantly advance the super colliders. How goes the construction of those Earth bases? Still going. 11th of January. Yeah, something like the 11th of January. Oh, 7th of September 2052. Yeah, okay. That's gonna take a while to build. Although my things eating
Offering
boost had to
support.
get finished. Alien megafauna are under our control.
Things are stabilizing.
Order is returning.
Okay, so we stabilized the United
We're
States.
winning
It's not going
their
to stay
hearts
stable,
and
but
minds.
we tried.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Now for the fleet, 2 days. Okay, so it's time for this India to make the flight. To Jupiter. Low Jupiter orbit. 2.2 weeks. They have arrived at low Jupiter orbit. Of course, nothing to do there now that they're there. Because you don't have the fuel necessarily to be flying around Jupiter orbit without a refueling location. So the aliens are, in fact, expanding again. Lifeless orbit is in the asteroid belt. We might send the next fleet basically roving around the asteroid belt to cause trouble for the aliens. Oh, I'll be in the next stream. At this rate. I think we're going to go one more counselor cycle, and then we'll probably go into bring the stream to an end with our Jupiter refueling location under construction. So I think we're going to put the break in for. Oh, is it down here? Is where the camp is shown? I know this is the place where it says where the camp is. Ah, 10,264. We got a way to go on capping out
Ready.
the Indian revenue.
Acknowledged. Ready to go.
Okay. You're stabilizing, which is good to see. If we public campaign there, you'd probably stabilize more, but I actually kind of prefer it public camp or stable without public campaigning. That way I'm not forced to constantly be coming back around to public campaign.
We must persuade the people.
Ready for orders.
Oh, you're at least authoritarian enough we can push you into China pretty easily. Okay.
Targeting the opposition.
Okay. Confirm assignments. Let some time pass. Sea launch cruise missiles. Full spectrum combined arms will be next.
Offering counsel.
Has arrived at Jupiter. Thank you. On the platform. Manage the platform. Platform comes by default with construction module and a fusion pile. We'd also like it to provide a dock so it can fuel and a point defense array to protect itself.
Order is returning.
Okay. It's probably stable enough there. Sir Walter Rayleigh Station. Yeah, the aliens have taken umbrage at my new station. We'll have a welcoming party for them. Don't forget they're in
Public
time.
opinion is moving in our direction.
Public opinion is moving in our
Think we're getting in
direction.
time? We're not getting there in time. Okay. Okay. And of course, nothing there at this point. Okay, so we're using launch orbit. I would like to have a base, so we're gonna have to send another of these. What are these? What are the tangs to? This time, instead of just flying to any random low Jupiter orbit, we're gonna fly to the one with the ship. So the defense fleet is at the location. Just fly straight there. Okay. In the meantime, we need to queue up a replacement, which will be done pretty quickly. 16 days.
We've moved the needle.
So we'll go an extra cycle just to make up for the fact I accidentally screwed up and got my base destroyed. Super collider done. Nice. You know, we'll work on these. We'll get them done. In case we ever decide we want to swap back to those weapons.
Our people have taken control.
Okay, took over a point in North Korea. Take the other one over, we can be in the process of merging it into China. Oh, I gotta remember. Don't need to be spoiling it. Work on the environment. Has arrived. In a way that actually arrived quicker than I was expecting it to. That's good. Manage the station, once again. LDA and... Oh, PDA, Point Defense Array, and Space Dock. Double check the station, or these guys are at the station, hopefully. Do we not have enough fuel? That's a problem. It's a problem. Especially because this was supposed to be supposed to go to that fleet. So you're saying I don't even got enough fleet to transit to the station that was supposed to be the same location. Okay, this is going to be mildly frustrating. Okay, you've built the station, so you can actually leave. Get refueled. So we're going to send you to Ceres. Ceres is presumably closer. It's a bit of a long haul out because it doesn't have a bunch of fuel on board, but it can get there and refuel and be back. And maybe that will allow us to fix some things. Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and leave that to be my problem for next time. Because apparently our combat fleet is immobile. and my attempt to get the dock next to the fleet did not work the way I thought it did. Which is a mild problem. These guys actually use the same fuel as that fleet does, so I believe if I go refuel and bring it back, I can, if I don't burn all the fuel on the way back, we can do that as a matchup. Or I can go back, get fuel, fly back if the station, so there's a couple different ways I can solve this problem. A couple of potential ways to solve the problem. All of them work a little bit better if the station survives. We're working on the dregs of technology. Not this year, but next year we'll have all but proton-proton fusion done. We don't even really care about proton-proton fusion. Unless we're going to change our mind, decide we're going inertial confinement 7. The big thing here is it's 2% GDP. Yeah. Otherwise, we got most of the tech tree done. We're working on repeatables. And then as far as major projects or major victory objectives go, we have the GDP. In fact, the GDP of our group has been growing. We're up to 71% of the world GDP. We got 3 of our 6 Tier 3 fully filled out bases completed. We're working on series. We're trying to get stably in the Jupiter system, because I'm apparently having problems doing that. We got a second fleet going, so worst case scenario, I can send the second fleet to Jupiter instead of Saturn or Ceres, or instead of Saturn or the belt. I think we want to clear out the belt. There are currently 6 alien fleets over 4K. So we went at the beginning of the stream where there was 1 to now there is 6. So the aliens are multiplying. They're not going to just roll over. On the other hand, the aliens probably can't. They're not building fleets big enough to handle our fleet composition necessarily. As far as bases go, we're looking at Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune to destroy, and then obviously the last couple out in the Oort cloud. Otherwise, the aliens haven't built big enough or dense enough for it to be a problem yet. And our quest for the Earth is not enough. And yeah, we're getting pretty good with a lot of the construction going on. I think as far as the interface orbit stuff, the only one we don't have operational, we're actually working on, which is the manufacturing complexes providing economy. 30% quicker investment in economy will be nice for trying to fix the GDP and GDPC in a bunch of places. Keep people happy. Right, so the ideal place is 50k. We were there in the Caliphate at one point, but we've integrated a bunch of people who are not particularly wealthy, so we need to make them wealthier. India, to be fair, India I think is higher than it was at the beginning of the game, but we're not growing particularly fast because climate change. Climate change is horrible. Speaking of climate change, we are working on, well, we can't reverse it yet because we need climate change mitigation for that. That comes April next year. And then we're definitely slowing it down. We rose by 0.12 ppm. And everything else is stable or declining by the looks of it. So yeah, if we get climate change mitigation, we'll be able to start mitigating it, which then most notably will affect this mean annual impact GDP impact. If we can drive that down, then we can start pushing towards sort of utopian nations, which is good. Earth population is at 9.2, almost 9.3 billion people. Almost got 200,000 in space. And the GDP is 140 trillion. And we control, as we said earlier, we control about 71% of it. Just short of 100 trillion GDP in the nations we control. And I think we're doing a better job of growing it, so I would not be surprised if we break 100 trillion before the run ends. We're working on improving democracy in a bunch of places. To expand peacefully, the democracy is important. And I haven't necessarily needed to expand in a hostile manner, so. With that, if you're watching on YouTube, there probably will be another part up tomorrow if you're watching on YouTube. And if you can't wait and you're watching this on YouTube, you can probably sneak over to Twitch and watch the next stream. It will probably be 2 days in your past, assuming the streaming goes according to plan. My recording session's going according to plan. The upcoming schedule, which if you're watching on YouTube should be in your past, but if you're watching on Twitch is your future, is that tomorrow is going to be Panzer Corps 2. We got Along the Volga. If Along the Volga ends up being a 2-parter, we'll do the map after it. If it ends up being a 3-parter, that'll be all we play. We're beginning our transition back to a 4-game, 4-night, 4-part schedule. So we're going to be recording, going forward, 4 parts a night instead of 3 parts a night. We happen to be a part ahead on Panzer Corps 2, so that's why if it's a 3-parter for the map, we will only record 3 parts. I don't like stopping in the middle of the map in Panzer Corps 2, so we're going to try to play full maps. So Panzer Corps 2 is Monday, Tuesday will be Shadow Empire, Wednesday will be Whiskerwood, and then we will be back to play this on Thursday. It is believable that we might finish this on Thursday. I suspect we won't, but we might. It depends if we can get the ships flying a little faster. Because we've got 3 systems to take over and build in. And then we've got 3 systems, let's say 3 systems that we've got to basically get to and destroy. The current generation ships that we're flying around with have got a little bit of a fuel problem, which is possibly why they're stuck. We're currently running Block 8s here, which are 60 kps Delta V in the tank. We are building 10 of these Block 9s, which jump to 290 kps. So either they go faster or they don't burn the entire fuel tank and have fuel to maneuver when they get to places. Or both, with that much fuel, to be fair. We can probably both go faster and have fuel left. So one of the first things these guys might end up doing is, I think these guys are running the same... I hope they're running the same fuel that they could maybe potentially transfer fuel. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure if we're able to share fuel across the ship types here. But water and antimatter, and the other ones I think are water and antimatter, might be plausible. Right, so the 8s are running antimatter plasma core, and the other ones are running the advanced core, right? That's the difference between the two. Yeah, so it's just a different amount of antimatter in the mix. They might be able to share, in which case we just rally the Fleet A to Fleet B and do fuel share. We'll look into that next stream. That might be one way we get this fleet moved if I still have a problem with the station not being adjacent or whatever. Or I suppose one really... Well, we could always just build a really small ship with a bunch of fuel tanks. That would build real quick at the space dock and do a quick jaunt over. We'll see. We'll see if they come to destroy this. If they come to destroy this, then that changes everything, because 428 will go repair, refuel, come back. This time we'll make sure it's actually rallied to India 415, so that when it makes the... Because the colony ship, when it builds a colony, starts docked with the colony. So as long as it's in the 415 fleet, it should make 415 docked with the colony. I didn't merge the fleets before doing that, and that might be what makes this a little annoying, but we can fix it. It might take more time to fix it. We might be waiting 50 weeks for it to fly out and 2 weeks to fly back, but what is a game here? It's gonna take a game year before we have a reroll for the 4th gen antimatter drives anyway. Although, I suppose we're not actually going to probably use the 4th gen antimatter drives. We might use its power plant, but we're not going to use the drive. Because I think it's going to be a little bit because what? It's the pan torch drive, isn't it? It's the last one. You're the last one. The big problem here is that's 5 antimatter per fuel tank. I got a lot of antimatter. I don't have that much antimatter. Although that's a lot of thrust and a lot of exhaust velocity. But yeah, right now we're rolling for this power plant. The efficiency on this power plant will save us a lot of noble metals going forward. Even if we're not running a better drive, right? Because the Pine Torch is... This is the best drive that's not the Pine Torch or the Antimatter Tree. And this has reasonable antimatter costs, so... Although, we could totally scale up the antimatter production, and then we could run crazy ships. We might run crazy ships. We'll see. We'll see how things go. Let me stop rambling at this point. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to leave a comment. If you're watching Twitch and you want to comment responded to live, now is probably the time to put the comment in. If you're watching on YouTube, I am going to put a save in as soon as I end this video, so if there's anything you want to see from now, as far as the stats go, say I didn't look at a particular tab and you want me to look at the tab, feel free to let me know, and I can look at that tab, bring up the stats, and I can make a short video for you that shows that stuff. Or if you've got any questions about the save here, feel free to let me know, because I'll keep the save around. With that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck, and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and/or stream, and bye for now.